to share about today was my experience with a homeschooling coach. So I had a few sessions with Edna Latone, and you can find her website at homeschoolhelp.ca. And I got asked in an interview recently, why would somebody want to coach? So I thought that would be a great video to be able to share from my perspective as a coachee of homeschooling, and being a coach myself, to help some of you out there decide on maybe getting a coach is what would really be your next great step to make your homeschooling life even better. So I am a homeschooling mom. I say I've been homeschooling since birth, and my two boys I'm homeschooling now are 13 and 9. But I've been really actively homeschooling for about the past 6-ish kind of years, where I've been really getting resources and a bit more structure to our learning time. So I wanted to share a little bit about what that experience is, being coached, and also to share, okay, so first of all, why would you want to coach? Why would you want to, what benefit are you going to get from having a coach to help you with educating your children? So overall, coaching helps you move forward. Maybe you're stuck, feeling like you're in a rut. Maybe you're a little bit overwhelmed by just the sheer amount of resources available, which was a little bit where I came from, in really finding the services of a coach to help me move forward. And you may also just be having a little bit of difficulties managing and meshing that home and homeschooling roles that are in your life, and maybe you just want somebody to be able to give you a bit of guidance in making the right decisions. So I had 3 or 4 sessions with Edna, so the sessions, and I'm meaning like 3 or 4 phone calls, and then in between those phone calls, Edna would follow up with an email sharing any resources we might have talked about in that phone call. So resources being a lot of links to sites. There were probably a couple of like documents that she just already had in her repertoire of lots of great homeschooling resources that she passed on to me, and she was able to just really be that listening ear. So that's a lot what coaches do. If you just need somebody to listen and be able to hear you talk, and not just hear you talk, but ask you the right questions to get you to discover the answers that are kind of already inside you. And that's really where I come from as a coach. I like to give advice. So again, I do coaching people to start their own business from home, or to grow a business from home. Because that's where my skills are. I just have a lot of marketing skills. I've been in that industry for a long time, and have been running my own home business for a little over 10 years now. So I have that skill set, but also I really have that passion to empower people to work from home. I think it just makes for a much better home life, and especially if you're homeschooling. Some people, that's like a barrier to not be able to make money, so to not be able to go out and do the conventional kind of work and leave your home and make money. You can do that kind of work at home and homeschool your kids. So that I have a lot of experience in, and that's where my coaching position comes from. So for Edna, she has a lot of experience. She has been homeschooling, I don't know exactly, but I'm pretty sure I can say a couple of decades now. She's got one boy left at home that she's still homeschooling. So not only has she got a lot of experience, many years of homeschooling, all the ages, young to elementary up to high school. She's also still currently a homeschooling mom. So And I also like to add that she is a librarian as well. So I think that just gives her a lot of extra ability to not only find resources if she just doesn't happen to know what you may be looking for, but she's just great at the being able to get the information that each individual may need, because we're all a little different, and that's why coaching, one-on-one coaching, is such a growing industry in recent years. And I would say like 10 years or 15 years, it's just been an industry that has just exploded and exploded year after year. People seeing the real benefit of having a coach in all the areas of their life. So having like a life coach, kind of doing different areas of your life, a business coach, a health coach, just lots of different areas where you could get coached in. And all of those relationships are going to be about getting you to move to that next level. So I really encourage you to check out Edna Latone and the work she does at homeschoolhelp.ca. She actually has a few different things there. She has a service where she can get you, if you're just starting out, you can have the opportunity to be able to get the whole homeschool plan. And again, she's there for advice for sure. She's gonna give advice, especially if you ask for it, and she might find an opportunity to be able to just give you advice because she sees that's what you're looking for. But also to be able to give you those resources, but most importantly, she's going to encourage you to just find out what's best for you, because you do know what's best much more than any coach will, right? They're there to give you accountability. So to follow up with you, see whether you did the things you wanted to do, see whether you did any of the things of the resources that she may have given you, and just be able to know that you've got somebody that's going to ask you about those. And that is huge in being able to get things done in your life, in any area of your life. But especially if you're just starting out homeschooling, it's going to seem overwhelming. I was at when I had those few sessions with Edna, I was at a time of feeling overwhelmed with all the options available. Like, I knew how much was out in the homeschooling world, and I was well aware of all the resources, and that I could try this or this or this. And that's a little bit where I was at that time. I was trying a few different things to try to see what would work for my boys, and I wasn't finding the consistency, and I wasn't finding real traction there. And it was great, so great to just have those few times of really getting to be able to talk about what I was doing for my boys, how I was living that educational life with them, and how they were progressing, how I wanted to see them progressing as well. And Edna just brought all of that out so that I could have a lot of those revelations myself, and then she just backed that up with a little bit of a follow-up help and email, and of course it's just our follow-up sessions, right? She was there to check up and just see if maybe, okay, well, maybe that wasn't the right direction, let's try this direction, right? Because there's no right answer. And I think what we need to I think what we need to be filled with the most is just like a toolbox full of different tools. And that's in any area of your life. But if you know about all these different ways that you could provide teaching resources for your kids, and be able to just guide them in the right direction. And for me, and a lot in the homeschooling world, in the homeschooling families, it is about guiding our kids in the right way. We want them to be individual learners. We want them to have a love for learning, not just learning because that's what you do between 9 and 3. And myself, we are very unstructured in our timing. We get our learning done in little blocks of time. It might be an hour or two in the morning, and sometimes lately it's been at night, just how my work schedule is going and what I'm completing there. But I actually really don't mind that, doing it at some of our learning at nighttime. It just works well for our family. So you need to know what works well for your family, and you do know that inside, and a coaching relationship is going to help you get that out and really determine what's going to be best for your family, at least at this time, right? What is your best path to follow? And I hope you'll go check Edna out and see what she can do just to help you move along in educating your children. I think it's just the best thing ever when we can educate our own kids. Oh, I could just go on and on about the benefits of homeschooling. So I really do encourage you, if it's just like even a little inkling in your mind and you're not even homeschooling yet, but you're thinking, gosh, I'd like to. Well, Edna's there for you for that as well. Explore that concept of homeschooling and what it may be for your family.